Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. Before we start tonight's show, I have some sad news to report from the Rebel Racing family. Our good friend Paul Bojanic, who myself have raced with, Dakota Dennis has raced with, Marcus De La Garza and Ryan Comba have all raced with in previous series, has passed away today, and we just want to take a moment to recognize him and his family and let them know that our thoughts and prayers will be with them tonight. And we would just ask that all our viewers keep Paul Bojanic and his family in their thoughts and prayers as we get ready to race tonight. But once again, I am your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we're coming to you live from the Worldwide Technology Speedway, a one and a quarter mile oval located in Madison, Illinois, where these drivers will compete for 80 laps. The weather tonight, it is clear skies, 72 degrees out, and the track temperature sitting at a nice cool 73 degrees. I was speaking with some of these drivers earlier. They said it's not too slick tonight, but this is a challenging track. So we were expecting maybe a few cautions here. We've seen in the past where this series can go caution-free from flag to flag, but a challenging track, and we have some new racers making their debut tonight. The Warhorse Racing team that we've seen on the Nora Cup and ARCA series has made their way over to the Third Coast Racing Xfinity series, and they will be making their debut tonight. And before we get tonight's event started, we're going to go over the rules as well. Tonight, the drivers will be given 4 sets of tires. They have 100% fuel and no quick repairs to get the race done. So with that 100% fuel, the pit window is looking to be between 65 and 67 laps for these drivers. So they can stretch their runs out longer. We're going to see what difference this plays into the strategy tonight. This time is winding down in practice. We have a familiar face sitting atop the leaderboard throughout practice. Adam Boughton currently sitting in first place with the best time of 33.52. Ray Polking once again sitting in second with a time of 33.61. And Hunter Geyer, you guys might recognize that name from the Nora series, currently sitting in third with a time of 33.67. So these new guys looking to make a splash here. Will definitely be something to keep an eye on tonight. And a look at that number 14 Hunter Geyer machine making his way around the track. I see Sunk Track has already entered the chat. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for the thoughts and prayers for Paul's family tonight. We're going to look at another familiar face, that Travis Neiman. He is showing on your scoreboard as the number 10. He is driving the number 5 Kellogg Chevrolet. Throwback to Terry Labonte there. Craig Peterson driving the number 53 machine. And Jackson Sibley driving the number 4. So some new faces here, and we are currently looking at a field of 13 drivers. We do have a notable face missing tonight. Dakota Dennis, driver of the number 19 machine, will be unable to make the race tonight. are now coming down to the last minute of practice. Adam Boughton still sitting atop that leaderboard. Lee Hamby, though, picking up some pace. He has just moved to third. Edging out Hunter Geyer for that third place spot on the leaderboard throughout practice by just 1/100th of a second. We're going to take you through a quick points update. We currently have Adam Boughton sitting in first in points. His teammate, Michael Carter, right behind him in second with 312 points. Dakota Dennis is currently sitting in third with 298 points, but he is going to fall out of that third spot after missing tonight's race. Ray Polking sitting in fourth with 278 points. Marcus De La Garza in fifth, right behind Ray Polking with 277 points. And they have completed their practice session. We are getting ready for qualifying runs. We wait for the drivers to make their way onto the track for their qualifying. Currently looking at Jackson Sibley in that number 4 car making his way out on the track. And Sibley, we see him getting loose out of turn 2 there. So maybe that track's starting to get a little bit slick out there for these drivers. Once again, multiple drivers have said this is going to be a challenging track. And we were speaking with Marcus De La Garza, who talked about maybe not qualifying, but he is on track for his qualifying run here. Our first time is in Jackson Sibley, a time of 34 flat. Ray Polking taking the pole with a time of 33.85. He is still looking for his first win this season. He is looking to start up front here tonight. And I'm being joined in the booth by the driver of the number 19, Dakota Dennis, currently on his way back home. Checking in with us to see what's going on. Say hello to the fans, Dakota.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, everybody at Rebel Racing Network, TCR? Glad to be in the booth. Couldn't be there for the race tonight due to other plans at work, but still here for all the guys. Good spirit, good luck to everybody tonight, and hopefully they can go flag to flag like we have before, and I'm going to watch the replay back and see how it all goes, even though I can't be there. I wish I could. I did a lot of practice and a lot of time for this track, and, I handpicked this one on today for the race for this season, and unfortunately, life has other plans sometimes, but that's just the nature of the game. Good luck to everybody, and glad they're all here having fun, and I'm having fun with them in spirit.
All right. Thank you, Dakota. It looks like most drivers finishing up their qualifying run. Travis Neiman still out there. And Dakota, question for you. I know you're on your way home at the moment. Do you think you might be able to make it to the booth for the later stages of this one?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be in the booth most of the time tonight. Like I said, I'm on the drive home now, so I got nothing going on. So I'm going to hang out in the booth and hear what's going on through the broadcast. And I'll stick around for a while, but when I get home, I got some things to take care of. And I'll come back for interviews and see how things go. But I'll be around for most of it. I won't be on track this week.
All right, that sounds good, Dakota. And we were really looking forward to seeing you on track, especially, you gave me a sneak peek of that paint scheme you're going to be running this week. It looked good, that Oorah Flyovers paint scheme and for our military appreciation race here tonight.
Yeah, I had a custom made paint scheme that I made for a buddy of yours in the Marines, and he was on the windshield, and I had some red Crayola crayons for you down the side of the car, and I had a very fast 19 dining or transport Ford tonight, and unfortunately it's going to stay on the trailer, and I'll bring that 19 next week to the track and show what it can do next week.
All right, we'll be looking forward to it, but it looks like the qualifying runs have completed. We're going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by Oorah Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. The drivers have now made their way onto the track to get ready for their parade lap. We're going to go through our official starting grid here tonight. Starting on the pole will be that 47 of Lee Hamby. To his outside will be the 4 of Jackson Sibley. In third place, we have the 14 of Hunter Geyer, making his third coast debut here tonight. Adam Boughton will be starting in fourth, driving the 94 machine. Back there in fifth, we have Ray Polkin in the 46. Craig Peterson is going to roll off sixth in the 53. In seventh, we have the 18 of Michael Carter. Rolling off eighth will be the 10 of Travis Neiman. And ninth will be the 99 of Marcus De La Garza. The Nice will be rolling off 10th in the 40 machine. Ryan Mack will be starting 11th in the 24. Ryan Comba will be rolling off 12th in the 204 machine. And Chris Williams will be starting 13th in the 44 machine. So Lee Hamby going to be one to watch tonight. We've seen him absolutely dominant, especially at the shorter tracks. This one not a short track per se, but he is laying down quick laps. So we're going to see if that 4 of Jackson Sibley can hang with him, though. And Sunk saying yes, saying something about, someone said they had crayons. Yes, Dakota was running another, military paint scheme. Said he had some crayons on it for the Marines out there. All All right, and the pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here, folks. Lee Hamby, your leader. Green flag is out, and we are racing. Lee Hamby took off like he was shot out of a cannon there. Already out to a half-second lead over the 4 car of Jackson Sibley. Sibley going to take control of that second spot. And looking back further in the pack at the 18 of Michael Carter, he's got to deal with the 53 of Craig Peterson to his outside right now. The top 5, or top 6 rather, getting worked out single file quickly here. Carter's now going to pull up in front of Craig Peterson in that 53 machine. Peterson dropping here as that 24 machine goes on by him. We saw Ryan Comba and Chris Williams both off the pace here at the start of this one. Here's there might have been an issue with that 204 machine on the initial start. He has already fallen back multiple seconds early on in this one. We're going to go back, see if something happened with him here on the start. We see that 204 car starting to push right up the track. No issue there per se. Him and Chris Williams both falling off the pace though. That 204 car very slow here. Lee Hamby, though, very fast. He is now out to almost a second lead over that 4 of Jackson Sibley. As the rest of the field has got it worked out single file here early on. We see that 24 of Mac move it up through the pack early on here. He started back there in 11th, has already made his way up to 7th, up 4 positions, and is looking to pressure the 18 of Michael Carter. Thought we saw some speed out of that 24 car. He's now backed off just a little bit. Craig Peterson able to drive back up to that 24 car. Maybe using up those tires here early on. As we go back and take a look at the front of the pack, Jackson Sibley trying not to let Lee Hamby drive away with this one. But that 47 car has the clean air out in front of him for the time being. He should be able to open up that gap just a little bit more. Looking back in the pack, Marcus De La Garza struggled on this initial start. He drops back to 11th here. Very uncharacteristic of that 99 car. We normally see him start out very strong and then he fades as we go into the longer runs. But that 24 car of Mack stuck up on the high side now as Travis Neiman goes around. Marcus De La Garza looking to get a nose to the inside as well. We can't forget about that 94 of Adam Boughton. He was quick in practice, currently sitting in fourth. I would expect him to save some tires here, and he will more than likely become a factor as this race goes into its later stages. Only 10 laps completed of the scheduled 80 here tonight, but all 10 laps green flag racing. Even with this challenging track and the new faces that have made their way into the league tonight. Currently looking at the Warhorse team, Jackson Sibley, Hunter Geyer. As they have begun to close in with that 47 of Lee Hamby. Jackson Sibley getting a piece of the outside wall. So Lee Hamby has faded a little bit as this run has gone on. Only 13 laps into this one. Sibley may be looking to challenge him for the lead here in the very near future. Looking back in the pack. Craig Peterson, Doug D. Nice trying to close in with Craig Peterson. Peterson has closed the gap with Michael Carter in that 18 machine. But we're going to stay glued right to the leaders here. Lee Hamby's lead now down to just 0.2 of a second. And they will soon be approaching that 204 car of Ryan Comba, who still continues to be off the pace. And still not seeing any major issues with the 204. He is just maybe trying to play a little fuel strategy, save some fuel, and go flag to flag without having to make a pit stop. Hamby's still holding on to that lead. But Sibley is closing in quickly here. I tell you what, if these two end up getting alongside each other, it is going to take some work for Sibley to get by Lee Hamby. They could ride beside each other for a long time, and that would open up the door for that 14 of Hunter Geyer as well to close the gap and maybe challenge for the lead. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the lap traffic of Ryan Kamba when they get to him. Looking back in the pack, Craig Peterson still trying to reel in that 18 of Michael Carter. That gap is beginning to dwindle now as well as these tires start to fall off. We are now a quarter of the way through this one, and Lee Hamby slides up the track. That opened up the door for Jackson Sibley to really close that gap there. Sibley trying to work that outside. Not going to make it happen there. I got to think that inside line maybe is the preferred line. Sibley has got to put the pressure on that 47 to Lee Hamby and make him make another mistake. Now we see Sibley trying that outside line. Not going to work there. He may have gotten alongside Hamby there for a split second, but Lee Hamby just too quick on that bottom line. But that gap now down to 1/10 of a second as Sibley running just one lane higher. Hamby's going to move up in front of him, trying to dirty that air up as they fast approach that 204 of Ryan Kamba. And back in the pack, Doug DeNice has worked his way around Craig Peterson, moving back up to 7th here. We see Lee Hamby looking to go underneath that 204 of Ryan Kamba. It looks like he's going to clear him. Kamba moving up the track, letting the leaders on by. Sibley also going to clear him through turns 3 and 4. But Sibley losing about half a second there to Hamby on that lap. I'm thinking maybe Lee Hamby just laying back, trying to save some tire for the later stages of this run. Hunter Geyer begins to close in with that 14 machine, or that 4 machine of Jackson Sibley. We move back further on the pack. Marcus De La Garza has made up a few spots as well. He is back to where he started up there in 9th. Lee Hamby now continuing to pull away with this. 7/10 of a second between him and Jackson Sibley. And Sibley's getting ready to feel the pressure from his teammate Hunter Geyer back there. All right, and we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages.
All right, and we are back, folks. Currently checking in with that 46 of Ray Polk and sitting back there in 5th place. So he looks to close in with Adam Boughton. Looks like Jackson Sibley may have had an issue there blinking out. Elemental Father entering the chat. Glad to have you here, Elemental. So we're seeing Lee Hamby continuing to run away with this one. No pressure out the back, but Jackson Sibley starting to feel the pressure. Hunter Geyer's caught up to him. Adam Boughton pressuring Hunter, and Ray Polking all pulling into closer proximity of that 4 car. Jackson Sibley may have his hands full here in a few laps. He cannot find some more speed out of that car. We ride along with Jackson Sibley. If we look further back in the pack, Michael Carter looking to close the gap with Ray Polking. That middle of the pack is beginning to tighten up as this one goes on. Now almost halfway through this one, 37 laps in the books. Doug DeNice getting ready to pressure Michael Carter. DeNice, we saw him up 4 positions earlier. He is looking to get back to that 6th place position. We see Adam Boughton now on the low side. Boughton going to pit early here, lap 38 of 80. Adam Boughton come on and maybe find a little bit more speed before everyone else makes their way down pit road. So here's where we see that pit strategy start to come into play. And I've just been informed Adam Boughton caught speeding on pit road. He will get a black flag. He was looking to get a leg up on the competition here. That black flag gonna hurt that 94 car here tonight. So he will now fall a lap down to Lee Hamby. Michael Carter now pulling it down pit road as well. Ray Polking going to come down pit road. Some early pit stops here. Lee Hamby still opting to stay out. These guys that are on pit road now, going to have these fresher tires. Could make up some time here. Now 42 laps in the books. Lee Hamby still your race leader. And looking at the cars that just come off pit road, Ray Polking now out in front of Michael Carter, as well as Adam Boughton. Even more cars now coming down pit road. Jackson Sibley, Hunter Geyer, Craig Peterson, and R. Mack all making their way down pit road. Lee Hamby still yet to come down pit road. He's out there all by himself now. And now Lee Hamby will bring that 47 down the pit entrance to get that car serviced. Doug DeNice going to make his way down pit road as well. Marcus De La Garza will take over the lead here. Still waiting on Lee Hamby to come off pit road. Travis Neiman moving to second now. But De La Garza, Michael Carter and Adam Boughton going back by him to get a lap back. Travis Neiman now going to bring that that 5 machine. 10 on your scoreboard down pit road for service. As De La Garza stays out to lead a few laps, you can get the bonus points for that. You see De La Garza trying to stretch out this pit window here. Sunk Track saying Jackson and Hunter are running great, but he is slow. Well, Sunk, if you're slow, you might want to put down the phone, man. Don't text and drive. Could be dangerous, but it could be the incident we need to bring this field back together. As Lee Hamby now moving back to second. 26 seconds behind Marcus De La Garza. Now past approaching lap 50. Lee Hamby still on the move. Marcus De La Garza out there on those old tires, losing ground here. Now approaching 30 to go, and Jackson Sibley working his way around Lee Hamby. So once this cycle of pit stops has completed, and Marcus De La Garza comes down pit road, Jackson Sibley in position to be the new leader. We're gonna go back, take a look at that battle here. Sibley finding some speed. We said as this race goes on, Sibley might come into contention later on, and he has. But we saw him appear to burn up his tires quickly. A little bit quicker than that 47 of Lee Hamby. I don't think they're done. Marcus De La Garza refusing to come down pit road just yet. And we are going to step aside for another quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before. From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back. Big thank you to Creative Castle. As we look at the Creative Castle car, still on track, still has yet to pit, but we just got word from Marcus De La Garza's cruise chief. They are thinking about bringing it down pit road now as the times have started to fall. Jackson Sibley continuing to close in. Doug D. Nice coming down pit road now as well. About 16 seconds between Jackson Sibley and our current race leader, Marcus De La Garza. They are now down to 23 laps to go. Chris Williams also going to enter pit road as well. Lee Hamby not going away. Sibley may have to deal with that 47 car as time winds down here. De La Garza still managing to stay out. 14 seconds between him and Lee Hamby, as Lee Hamby has just passed Jackson Sibley for P2. See Lee Hamby getting alongside Sibley. We said these two aren't done. I still don't think they're done. Jackson Sibley looking to find some speed to keep up with that 47 car. I tell you what, if Marcus De La Garza manages to stretch his pit window all the way to the end of this one, these guys might be in trouble. Still a 13-second gap if Checking in with that 99 of Marcus de la Garza, still yet to come down pit road. That car is really pushing, he said. The gap now between him and Lee Hamby now sitting at 12 seconds. We look at the last lap times, though. Lee Hamby only about half a second faster than Marcus de la Garza as this one goes on. This could be Marcus de la Garza's first win if he is able to stretch this fuel out. And as I say that, De La Garza are going to have to come down pit road. So Lee Hamby will take the lead back over here as De La Garza gets that car serviced. Jackson Sibley in second. Ray Polking back there in third now. Hunter Geyer running fourth. Michael Carter will be running fifth. Now just 16 laps to go. We see Marcus de la Garza now back out on track. He has managed to stay on the lead lap. He has fresh tires, but it is about a 30-second gap between him and the leaders, and I don't think he's going to have the speed to catch back up to that top three. But if we were to get a late race caution, Marcus de la Garza would look like a genius with his pit strategy here, able to stretch it out. He's currently running almost a second faster than the leaders. Lee Hamby has stretched out that lead to almost half a second over the four of Jackson Sibley. Sibley trying to close back in as we are now down to 11 to go. Down to 10 to go. Lee Hamby firmly in control of this one. A half second back to the next driver. Jackson Sibley continuing to lose ground. Although Sibley was the fastest car that last time by. Look at that 99 of Marcus De La Garza looking to recover here. Still sitting back there in 8th, but he is closing with Travis Neiman. De La Garza a full second faster than that 10 or that 5 of Travis Neiman. De La Garza going to get by Travis Neiman here. Neiman moving up the track. Not going to contest Marcus De La Garza. De La Garza, the obviously faster car on those fresher tires. But De La Garza waited too long to pit. We're seeing Adam Boughton on pit road for a second time. He just exited pit road. Trouble for that 94 car. Not what he needed tonight to retain that points lead. This will allow his teammate to close that points gap with him. Michael Carter trying to take over the points lead here tonight. We are now down to 5 to go. It'll be 4 to go this time by. Now down to 3 to go. Lee Hamby firmly in control of this one. Now a second gap between him and Jackson Sibley. Sibley's tires have burned off, and he is beginning to fade. Ray Polking, though, was about a 10th of a second faster than that 4 car of Jackson Sibley. Ray Polking maybe looking to sneak out another second place finish. But it seems like since he has shown up, we have talked to him every week with either a 3rd or a 2nd place finish. I know he's going to be frustrated if he, with another week of not getting that win. Lee Hamby, oh so dominant here. Sibley finding some speed that last lap. He was the fastest car on track last time by. They come off of turn 4. Lee Hamby will take the white flag this time by. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Lee Hamby in control of this one. Next flag ends the race. As they come off of turn 4, Lee Hamby going to keep it clean. He has been perfect here tonight. Lee Hamby going to take the checkered flag. Jackson Sibley finishing second. Ray Polking will come home third. Hunter Geyer in fourth. Michael Carter will round out your top 5. As we see Lee Hamby begin to burn it down. Another dominant win for that 47 car. So he parks it there on the front stretch. They get lined up for pictures.
Yeah, I got you. All right, it feels good, but competition's getting tougher. It was tough. They were, I chased them all night long. I stopped about 2 laps earlier than they did, so I basically kind of short pitted them, and that got me out in front of them.
All
Yeah, 'cause
right.
it was
Well,
hard. It was hard to pass. There was hard. You couldn't really get a run on anybody here.
yeah, we've been watching not a whole lot of passing going on here tonight, and it seemed like the only way you could get around someone was them making a mistake, or like you said, you had a short pit to get around those. I believe it was Hunter Geyer and Michael Carter.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So, we will be looking forward to you next week, though. We know how hungry you are for a win. And I know you were looking forward to next week at the New Atlanta, New Echo Park Speedway. Do you think that's going to be the track you can get it done?
Well, that's a roll of the dice there. It's another like a restrictor plate race. It's all a gamble there.
All right. Well, we're going to wish you good luck. We're going to let you get on out of here and, go start looking forward to next week. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
I just want to thank all the veterans for this Veterans Week. Anybody who served or has served in the military, big thumbs up. And thank you for all your service.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, that was Ray Polking, driver of the number 46 machine, coming home in third tonight. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Jackson Sibley. Jackson, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Well, I want to say congratulations on a second place finish here tonight. Welcome to Third Coast Racing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a quite a good way to show up.
I'll say so. And yeah, I believe we've seen you quite a few times over in the Nora series, but if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time up in the booth getting interviewed for a podium finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't the luck hasn't been there for me at Nora. Nora's the speed. But yeah, glad to be here today.
Yep, and we are glad to have you here. How does it feel to get your first podium in the first your debut race here?
Feels great. Feels great. I haven't ran a lot of Gateway, especially not in the Xfinity car, and I feel like the track kind of plays to my tendencies a little bit, so I was pretty stoked coming in, and I honestly didn't expect to perform this well. Um, it's pretty awesome. I felt like I could have won, but man, Lee was fast, and he was better than me, just a little bit better everywhere, and it was a lot of fun racing him.
Lee was fast. We were able to see you get around him after that set of green flag pit stops for a little bit. Is this going to affect your strategy moving forward on how you try to manage your tires?
Possibly a little bit, yeah. I think I could have probably taken it a little easier. I think when I got the lead from him, I let the nerves get the best of me, to be honest with you, and I was missing my marks, and he drove straight past me. He took advantage. Yeah, for sure. Saving tire in this car is super important, especially on a track like this. I mean, it can turn into ice skates real quick if you're overdriving it. So it's definitely some good experience that'll help me out in future races here ending the season.
All right. Well, we are glad to have you and your team here for the rest of the season. We're looking forward to see what you guys can do on track, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week at Echo Park Speedway. We're going to let you get on out of here, but before we do, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out Dirty Bird Designs and Hunter Geyer. He's the guy crafting all of our beautiful paints out here. It's absolutely awesome. I'd like to thank you guys especially you for doing this broadcast. You do an awesome job, and yeah, Third Coast Racing for hosting this league, man. It's a good time.
All right. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the season, and we'll see you back here, I believe, on Sunday night, correct, sir?
We'll see about that for sure. Probably next Wednesday night.
All right. That sounds good, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you too.
Thank you. Once again, guys, that was Jackson Sibley, driver of the number 4 machine, coming home second tonight. We're going to move on to tonight's race winner, though. Lee Hamby, bringing home the win yet again in dominant fashion. Driver of the number 47 car. Lee, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, man.
All right. Welcome back. It seems like you're up here every week now. What a dominant display you just put on, leading 59 laps tonight and taking home the win. How does it feel?
Feels good, man. Feels good. But that was a good battle there at the end. He kept the pressure on. I knew one mistake and he'd be there.
Yes, and we were glued to you guys, watching you guys go back and forth. You were able to open up the gap here later on in the run. Do you credit that to being able to save tires just a little bit better than the other guys?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty good at saving my stuff and still being able to make good, decent laps.
That's what it looked like from up here in the booth. But after those green flag pit stops, when you guys were all on fresh tires, were you at all worried when Jackson Sibley was able to get around you there?
No, not too much, because I was saving a little bit right there. I knew I could catch back up to him. Now I knew it might be hard to get around him, but I knew it'd be fun.
And it looked like a lot of fun. I tell you what, though, we're excited to have these Warhorse guys entering the league. Is that shakeup something you're gonna be paying attention to as we move to the latter stages of the season?
Yeah, and I'm glad. I mean, I like a good car count. It makes it funner.
Yes, it does. So, are you looking forward to Echo Park next week? We're going to a restrictor plate track. Gonna be tough to run away with it like we've seen you do the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how good I'll do in that one now.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing what happens next week at Echo Park. We're going to let you get on out of here and go ahead and start that celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for the broadcast. The guys putting the league on, everybody for racing clean, my wife, my kids, J&D Trucking, and that'll do it.
All right. We appreciate it, sir. Have a good evening.
You too, man.
Thank you. Once again, guys, that was Lee Hamby, driver of the number 47 machine, bringing home the win tonight. We're going to go ahead and run through our official race results. Once again, taking home the win was that 47 to Lee Hamby. Jackson Sibley finishes second. In third place, we had Ray Polking. Hunter Geyer comes home in fourth. Michael Carter finishes fifth. Craig Peterson will finish sixth. Marcus De La Garza comes home in seventh. Travis Neiman finishes eighth. D. Denice comes home in ninth. Ryan Camba finishes 10th. In 11th, we had Adam Boughton. 12th was R. Mack. And 13 was Chris Williams. Rounding out your field. Chris 6 laps down. Once again, guys, make sure you tune in on this Sunday night for the Nora Cup Series live from Watkins Glen. We just saw the ARCA put on a show at Watkins Glen. Now the Cup Series gets their turn at the road course. And then Monday night, right after the ARCA Series, will be headed to Dover Motor Speedway for 150 laps. And then right here next week on Wednesday nights, the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series is back at Echo Park Speedway for 90 laps of restrictor plate racing. Make sure you guys tune into that. I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Please hit that like, follow, subscribe button. We appreciate the viewers chiming in the chat and giving their input as well. Once again, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you back here on Sunday night.